Welcome back to Clark Park in Tucson, Arizona. My name is Dave Vincent for the WPH Icebreaker #1 semifinals of the big ball division. It's Shorty Ruiz going up against Brian Medina here. Brian got past Alberto Tabares in the round of 8. He slipped past Eric Flores in the round of 16. Meanwhile, Shorty Ruiz got over Christian Lopez from Los Angeles in the round of 8 and Andres Cordoba in the round of 16 as they get ready here on the show court.
Second semifinal match, big ball. Rally scoring to 15. First serve is going to be Brian Medina from LA, serving to Ruiz out of Tucson.
You heard the announcement there from referee
Okay, here we go. Time in.
Jesse Aranda. It's rally scoring, best 2 out of 3 to 15. 0-0 is the score here. Basically, there's a point scored after every rally. So that will be a point awarded to Shorty Ruiz on the side out.
1 serve 0.
Giving you that cool aerial view here. Short ball gives a point back to Brian Medina. Shorty Ruiz
1 serves 1.
in the semifinals of both the big ball and the small ball divisions out here.
No, point. Two serves 1. Point.
Nice shot there from Brian Medina. Shorty on his left back hip. Brian flips it to the front corner.
3 serves 1. Point. 4 serves 1.
Well, that's a great shot right there. A shot that Shorty Ruiz has had mastered for years.
5 serves 1.
Brian Medina just puts it down with ease.
Point.
And another point here for Medina. 6-1 is a score. Game #1 going to 15.
6 serves 1.
That's a good return right there. But the ball was long by about 4 inches. You can see the aerial view from the
7 serves 1.
WPH drone that's high up in the air here at Clark Park.
Point.
Now 8-1, and Brian Medina's is running away with this semifinal first game.
8 serves 1. Side out.
Brian was also playing in the small ball division, but has been eliminated.
2 serves 8. So side out. Point. 9 serves 2. No, it's a side out. Point. 3 serves 9. Point.
Looked like Brian guessed wrong there, went to the left. Ball squelches out over to the right.
Four serves 9. Right out.
The 10th point for Brian Medina as he steps back into the box here.
10 serves 4.
We're on the Freddie B. Show Court in Tucson, Arizona here at Clark Park. It's Icebreaker #1, big ball division added to this stop.
Point.
Brian came in as the #1 seed.
11 serves 4.
A #1 seed that doesn't have a winning record in big ball against Shorty Ruiz, but He's rolling here in game number
5
one.
serves 11.
Shorty can score in bunches, though, as we've seen many times before.
Point.
Look how beautiful this shot is.
6 serves 11. Point. Right out.
Shorty left that ball up, and then Brian just dumps it
Serve 6.
down the right wall. 12-6, Brian serving, going to 15. This is the semifinals of the men's pro division.
Right out. Point.
Not sure exactly what Brian was going to do with that. Maybe a flop into the right corner, but it didn't happen.
7 serves 12. Point.
Brian 2 points away now from taking game number 1 against Shorty.
13 serves 7.
Some cool action on the side court there.
No, side out. Point. 8 serves 13. Point.
And as dominant as Brian Medina has been here in game number 1, Shorty Ruiz now making a nice little comeback here, and can kind of show you that how quick you can score points out here in this big ball division. Shorty gets another one with a little off balance flip up to the front wall. Now 10-13, closing the gap.
10 serves 13.
Shorty knows that he has to get all of his points here. It's a good shot from Medina.
Point.
14th point awarded to Brian Medina here at 14-10 now. Just a point away from taking game number 1 as they take a quick timeout. Clark Park, 3-wall handball courts and the donor wall filled up with sponsors and those in the local and national community that wanted to help build this and rebuild this facility to what it is now.
Time in, score 14, serving 10.
This is game point. It's a good serve on game point.
4-6. No.
And there it goes. First one to Brian Medina, taking down Shorty Ruiz here in Tucson, Arizona. First game of the men's semifinals awarded to Medina. As we take a quick glance here at the scoreboard, the winner is going to face Alberto Pisano or Luis Cordova. And of course, we'll have that match coming up after this one. Make sure you stay tuned. Aerial view of the courts here at Clark Park as we get back into it.
0 serve 0.
Shorty Ruiz serving to Brian Medina, game number 2.
No, point.
Shorty puts a little bit more pressure on Medina here in that opening rally, pushing him side to side, forcing the unforced error. Now 2-0 for Ruiz.
2 serve 0. No, side out, point. 1 serves 2.
Good play right there from Medina, pushing Shorty Ruiz side to side and then popping the ball to the front court. Shorty overhits his return. Now we're all together at 2.
Point.
Just not the control that Shorty wanted on that shot. He was trying to slide it down the right wall.
3 serves 2.
It's a gorgeous day out here in Tucson, Arizona, as it is pretty much every day.
Point.
Except it's a little warm at this point. 97 degrees.
4 serves 2.
On the court, it's triple digits.
Point. Side out. 20 seconds. 3 serves 4. Point. Oh, you call one? Call one? Yeah, that's your first. That was great. Yeah, that's the best thing. 4 serves 4. Point.
Ruiz has a rare lead here in this match. He dropped the first game. Finds himself up here 5-4 as he called for an explanation from our referee about the screen calls, or lack thereof. Another point being awarded now for Ruiz, now 6-4. I think this is a little bit more like what we expected we were going to see from Shorty.
Side out. It's a point. 5.
Beautiful Clark Park in Tucson, Arizona. Aerial view with the DJI Mini Pro 3 drone.
13-12.
A little close to the airport out here, so you can't get too far off the ground. You kind of know how that FAA regulations go.
Point.
Medina dumps that ball perfect into the right corner.
6 or 6. No, point.
Shorty is completely exhausted. He's not making any excuses, but I'm going to make one for him. He's played deep into the small ball bracket, just like he's played deep into this big ball bracket. Brian was eliminated fairly early, has a less couple rounds of play. Shorty, meanwhile, is just completely spent. And Brian Medina now scoring points. As we take a timeout, Shorty Ruiz's daughter, Scarlett, and Shorty's wife, Ashley Moeller, as we play out here at the park. During this timeout, Daddy gets a timeout. Daughter gets to play. It's a beautiful park to come out and visit for the whole family. There it goes.
8 or 6.
Should be 9-6. Referee called 8-6.
Point. All right, time's in. 13-14. 9 serve 6.
But we'll go along with what the ref says and just leave our score at 9.
Point.
Make that 10-6.
10 serve 6. Go to 15. Yeah. It's 14-14. Oh, point. 14-14.
We're going to 15, and the winner will be in the finals. If that is Brian Medina, that's only 4 points away from happening.
Serve 6.
Medina serving. This is game number 2. First one went to Medina.
Right out, point. 7 serves 11. Point.
That was an impressive shot from Ruiz. The left-handed flop into the right corner. He just jumps up and flips his wrist and gets that ball to drop. That was a cool looking shot. I think we all try to practice those shots, but to hit him in a game, very difficult to do. Shorty goes for another one and gets a rollout into that left corner. Another highlight reel shot from Shorty Ruiz. Now at 9-11.
9 serves 11. Point. Side out. I mean, come on. Let's kill him. Yeah, he probably would. I saw him play big ball in the USL. He was amazing. 2014, but he was playing double. 12 serves 9.
We're at 12-9. And Medina doesn't seem to be wanting to let up much.
Shorty and Kiwi with a scrub partner.
That's one of those rallies that take a lot out of you, especially in this heat. Triple digits on the court, almost triple digits off the court. WPH Outdoor bringing you the Icebreaker series. Icebreaker number 2 coming up 19, 20, and 21 of August. Just right here, in fact. We're on it.
13, serving 9.
Just around the corner.
It's point. Side out.
Shorty scores his 10th point. Needs to score a couple more here to stay in this. Nice hustle from Medina.
No, point.
Shorty now within 2.
11 serves 13.
We're going to 15. The winner of this game goes to the finals.
No.
That was a big one.
Point.
That was one that pretty much ends it for Shorty Ruiz. He converts that. He's serving at 12-13. And anything can happen. Now he finds himself down. Even if he gets Brian Medina out, he's going to have to score 4 straight to win by 2. And that's going to be very difficult to do as we come back in from a 30-second timeout. This is for match point. Brian Medina going for it here. And a chance to defeat Shorty Ruiz to go to the finals.
No.
Brian Medina takes down Shorty Ruiz here in game number 2, and it advances to the finals of Icebreaker number 1. Number 2 coming up here in August. 15-10, 15-11. Brian Medina is now going to face either Luis Cordova or Alberto Pisano. We're going to find out because that match is coming up next. We want you to stick close. We'll have more continued coverage with the World Players of Handball Outdoor from Clark Park in Tucson, Arizona for Icebreaker number 1 as we conclude the semifinals next. Make sure to stick around for more handball with WPHLive.TV.